All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the stream. We got some MDL 2017 coverage coming at you on what is day number 2 now, this being the round-robin stage. After today, we will know how the teams are shaping up going into this playoff stage, competing for a $250,000 prize pool. That is on the line. We have 8 great teams coming at you. And we had a hell of a first day yesterday, so looking forward to seeing how things continue on to today. Obviously, we got our kickoff match here, and what a match to kick things off with. We have Evil Geniuses taking on VG Gaming. I am Breaky CPK, and I'm joined by Z-Rock once again as my co-caster. Z-Rock, are you ready for a long night here? Oh my God. Is my co-caster here?
Yeah, yes I am.
There we go. Thank God. Solo casts are brutal, man. Are you there, man?
I am. Sorry, rebinding some buttons quick.
Okay. You were just playing, weren't you?
I was talking in-game and not in Discord, and then vice versa, but we're all good now.
Silencer, man.
All settled in. Yo, I'm super ready for this. EG, Vici, this should be a hype game.
Yeah.
Do we get to see a Shadow Shaman already? I'm stoked.
Okay, so let's see. This draft is flying through, by the way. We literally, just started. I switched over the scenes, and we're already, in the second phase of band. So let's start getting into it now. First off, Evil Geniuses, they're 2-1 coming into this on the first day. They went 2-1 record. Vici went 1-2. Their win was over IG, though, to be fair. And this is overall going to be a great competition. The only team that's kind of lagging behind is, Clutch Gamers, who did go 0-4 in that first day. But really, these 7 other teams in this event are showing that they can compete and going to make for a great one. Now, the initial bans right here, I'm looking at that Drow and Puck ban. That is 100% reaction to day number 1. And believe it or not, if you guys missed yesterday, it's because of a support Puck. That crit played twice, actually, in the 3 games.
Yeah.
Both of their wins. No, one they did lose.
I'm wondering if it's fear of support Puck, or rather just they can put it in so many different lanes, you don't want to have to figure out where it's going. If you pick Puck in the first phase, and it could be all 3 different types of positions, support or any of the core roles, how do you draft against it? You pick a Puck counter for mid, and then they just counter you and throw it as a support. There's just so much flexibility there. I'm a bit surprised to see EG open with the Veno, though. We've seen a lot of teams trying this to some very mixed success. I mean, I have to imagine it's going to be a carry or a mid Veno.
Yeah, a carry Veno seems like, again, it's been the role that he usually ends up in as of late. Middle Veno not as likely, but who knows, right? Especially with what EG's been already doing this event. It would not surprise me, to say the least, to see Veno in the middle lane in the hands of Samael there. They do have Earthshaker, though, and that's a hero that, in the off lane especially, perhaps in the hands of Universe here, for Evil Geniuses, is one that is scary. And so getting their strong initiator. Nightstalker, though, allowed for VG Gaming. We've been seeing a lot of Nightstalker bans, even with this nerf that happened in the recent patch. Still considered a very high-tier hero, and that with the Rasta pair, as you mentioned. I'm liking VG Gaming start so far.
I definitely like their opening, and I think the reason Nightstalker's so good right now is just how much first night matters in a Dota game right now. 4 minutes is super early in the laning stage. Most mids have bottle plus their salve they ran out, and that's about it. Maybe some boots. And at that point, Nightstalker can do enough damage to really just gank the mid lane and move forward with the life, and sets his mid laner up to win. It's just really strong with what that causes in the game, because then everyone gets to 1 item faster and they can snowball that lead. So the biggest thing with this Nightstalker is making sure he hits level 3 sometime around first night, just so he can really get that effective first night off. Mm-hmm. And that's an Earth Spirit out of EG.
Yeah, this is a 4 hero that's kind of fell off that tier list, right? Like recently with the regional qualifiers, especially, again, we have this kind of tier of Sand King, Nightstalker, Clockwork, and Nyx Assassin, even to an extent. Those are kind of 4 heroes that we saw tons. Earth Spirit, we weren't really seeing as much. He died off a fair amount, but seeing it here in the hands of EG, my guess would be, of course, well, either Zyre or Crit, depending on who plays it here. But what do you think?
It's going to be interesting. The reason this hero quit getting picked is his damage output's just too low. His stun isn't anywhere close to as long as those other roamers you were talking about. He doesn't put out the damage that a roaming Clockwork does, and just totally fell out of favor because of that. So I'm really curious to see what they do with this Earth Spirit, if he's just going to be posted up mid and almost turn mid into a 2v1. Mm-hmm. It's just, I mean, we saw Francis Lee lose a lot of games on this Earth Spirit over in the qualifier, and he's one of the better Earth Spirits in the world right now.
Bold statements being
I don't
made.
know. We'll see.
Yeah,
Freedom made a lot of fans in the NA qualifier.
Oh, they did, absolutely, and deservingly so. They were a lot of fun to watch, and it's unfortunate a lot of ways it didn't qualify, but of course, definitely a very deserving team in DC did in their place. So, anyways, back to this match here. The Legion Commander, the response for Vici Gaming. Now, Evil Genius is really putting a lot of thought into this fourth pick here, dipping into the reserve time. So, what do they need now? Again, this really kind of goes back to the Venomancer. They're gonna so they did. I don't know if you watched the game after we stopped casting yesterday too, but they did run a Pugna mid in that game. Sumail actually played Pugna that game. Now, it lost. It did horrible. The game just did not work out at all. That was against LGD, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so, yeah.
So, I don't know what to expect here.
Honestly, I have no idea where they're going to choose to lane this. I think that's part of the reason they picked it up. It could go a couple different places. You could run it as a 4. You could run it as a mid. And in reality, it's almost just a response to Vici Gaming's LC. This LC pick right now, if they run it off lane, that forces their Night Stalker into a support position. If they run it mid, it needs a good matchup. And I think I've only seen like 2 games of carry LC, and both were out of South America. So, I think it's just a nice pick against LC. The Crep works really well at preventing duels. And okay, so it's looking like this might be mid LC.
Wow.
Honestly. That's a carry PA right there. I just feel like if you run support Night Stalker, support Shadow Shaman, they're going to be so starved for resources.
Okay. So you don't think it's going to be an offlane LC because of that? Or?
Yeah, I think it'll be a mid LC and offlane Night Stalker just so he gets some extra resources on that Night Stalker.
Okay.
If you run them both as supports on Vici's side, I just don't think you get enough on one of them to make them a hero. Like if your Shadow Shaman's level 4 at 10 minutes and can't get the tome, it just feels bad.
Yeah.
And Night Stalker, if he doesn't get levels by first night, again, just feels pretty bad.
The couple of games that we've also seen Shadow Shaman, he's happened to do very, very well, both in the hands of Chinese teams. Vici Gaming, again, of course, running it here, being a Chinese team themselves. Again, going back to the start, the LC thrown in there too. Could be interesting if we see that 3 Night Stalker, so perhaps even another potentially roam-heavy 4 position. I mean, if that's the case, heroes like Clockwork and Sand King are actually both on the board still. They want to go that route. So.
Yeah, I'd almost like to see a harder 5 out of them, something like a Dazzle. Just something that'll help the PA in lane. So if Rasta wants to go smoke tank middle, he has the ability to do so, and somebody that could be on total ward duty all game. I don't want your Rasta buying a ton of wards. Some of them is fine, but he needs those arcanes. We saw what a Rasta can do when he picks up those like 3-minute arcane boots.
Yeah. Now what? So Phantom Assassin's kind of interesting to me. Because of Decrepify from Pugna,
10 seconds
like,
remaining.
Isn't that almost counterintuitive, picking a Phantom Assassin into such ability?
The Crep's nice to save people from it, but if PA gets on Pugna could just die before he even gets the Crep off. Like, Pugna's base health is extremely low, Venos isn't great. I think the idea is it's just so much damage that it doesn't really matter if they have the Crep or not. People are either dead before it goes off, or PA wasn't going to kill them anyway. It will be nice to save, though, if like, Shadow Shaman goes in for a shackle on somebody and Pugna decreps them. It'll help negate a lot of the damage coming up during that shackle.
It's good against LC as well.
It is.
So it's something to keep in mind, too. Perhaps almost a kind of a reaction in that sense as well. But, yeah, I was also kind of just quickly looking up some stats on Pugna. The regional qualifiers, all the regions combined, it was only picked 5 times, and he went 1-4. And then, as we mentioned, EG lost with it yesterday. So this is a hero that does not have a lot of success lately.
So they are going to run Night Stalker Shadow Shaman as their support duo. That's going to be a carry CK and mid PA and an offlane LC.
That's a lot of physical damage, man. Jesus.
A lot.
Those cores right there are just all about the physical damage. And, again, they have Decrepify, but other than that, this is a team that definitely could be very vulnerable to. They snap-picked the Enigma, though, as well in response.
Well, there's 0 BKB piercing disables that are actually going to stop a black hole. The only one they'd have would be dual, and that's not going to work. If you're in dual range, you're probably in the black hole. So I like the pickup here. It gives them a defined win condition, a way to take team fights, and it fits the style of their draft here. They're very, very push-heavy. They've got a Venomancer to help push. They've got Universe there as well with the Eidolons now. And this is going to be a carry Earthshaker, or a mid Earthshaker. I mean,
like,
2 males on it.
I'm never, dude, the way teams have been drafting this event, I feel like we have to wait until we get actually into the game and confirm, because Maybe swap
they
it around.
swapped
But
to this.
yeah, no, you're right. It looks like it is going to be Samel on the Earthshaker. So the mid-shaker is coming out.
It's dumpster the PA.
Yeah. Like some
I mean, if you think of what they do, they both have a trading skill. PA has Dagger, he has Enchant Totem. And if he goes 2 or 3 points on that Enchant Totem early on, it's going to just do some serious damage. And the one thing you can't forget, I think one of the reasons they're running this as a core shaker, Enchant Totem can't miss. So no matter how many points in Blur PA has, if she eats that totem, she's going to get hit.
Yeah. Very good point, actually. So the mid-shaker, definitely in the hands of Samel right here as we're reconnecting, and some more DC coming out, but trying to get that figured out. But not a hero role combination we get to see too often, but definitely the potential for excitement is there. And again, it's safe to say, I know OG, again, they've been drafting things like Arc Warden. We've talked about their draft a couple of the games, the one game that we actually cast them yesterday. Some other funky hero, the support Puck being ran by EG, and now this Pugna, 2 games. Teams, especially EG and OG come to mind, are really not afraid to be trying just some radical stuff in this event. It kind of goes back to what I was stating at the beginning before, the event even started yesterday, that it's very clear to me that they're using it for the purpose of getting ready for TI. Now, not to say they're not taking it seriously by any means and they're not trying. It's just they're willing to use it as almost an exercise of sorts to see if they work or not.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is where you dig into the playbook and you think this might work. So let's try it in a real game where people have something on the line and actually get some true feedback on how it's going to work versus a scrim where maybe they saw a new strat out of use, they didn't really play the game out. There's a lot of variables that go into scrims, but I like seeing this stuff. I don't think teams are necessarily going with stuff they don't think will work. I think they do. They've got to feel like these picks are viable or at least worth testing because it's hard to fly out to a LAN like this, commit this much of your time, and then not try to win it. You're putting a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of exhaustion just traveling that far.
Mm-hmm. So it is Zai on the Pugna, and I kind of like the idea of actually putting a Pugna on more of a support role this game, mainly because of that Decrepify that I was talking about. He can be willing to sit back and put Decrepify on a teammate to help them out, whether it's the LC duel or a PA jumping a target to help keep them alive. And something like Decrepify on Venomancer as he runs in, that's going to allow him to do plenty of work, get a good poison nova off. But yeah, look at the smoke gank by VG. Uh-oh.
I think Arteezy's dead.
He's dead. He's on the cliff. He's like, crap, nowhere to go. Just hold my ground. He's going to put in some attacks into Shadow Shaman, but that's a dead Arteezy. He's going to get it. Okay, Chaos Knight. That's the most undramatic first blood ever.
Yeah. Well, let's run through the lineups quick. Well, this is going to be a little quieter now.
Let's do it. Evil Geniuses on the Radiant side. Samel playing the Earthshaker. You heard me right there. Arteezy on the Venomancer. Universe on the Enigma. Zai on the Pugna. And Crit on the Earth Spirit.
The battle begins.
And over on Vinci's side, we've got Amy playing Night Stalker, FY on Shadow Shaman, Yang on the Legion Commander, Elf on Chaos Knight, and Ori on Phantom Assassin.
There we go. Phantom Assassin setting up in the middle lane, matched up against the Earthshaker. So as you're saying, you would expect Samel on the Earthshaker especially to win this matchup, if it's a true 1v1 at least.
Correct.
When it comes down to it. Now, by true 1v1, I mean no Shadow Shaman being here, but turns out Shadow Shaman, he's interested in being here.
And Amy's looking for the courier. They're going to 3-man gank Samel right away here at level 1.
There's been a lot of courier snipe attempts in this event so far, and yeah, they're going to go for Samel. Nothing he can do. He has a Chain Totem, but what is that going to do at level 1? Pretty much nothing at that point. So easy kill on the middle lane. This is a 2-0 start for Vici Gaming already. Bottom lane, though, Yang's in a little bit of trouble. Barrel roll going in. TP. He's like, see ya.
Yeah, they have no TP breaks till Earth Spirit hits 2 down here.
It's a tough start here for EG, no doubt. As far as how things are shaping up already. I know only a minute into the game, but again, getting that first blood in the middle, he's having trouble.
Great heads-up play here from the Night Stalker, too. Managing to come bottom as LC TP'd out, so he is going to leech a couple creeps of XP here. And that's going to help him out a lot. It means they're not losing out on anything from the Legion getting pushed out.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing we do have to mention here, though, it is giving Universe some free time. And that's a very scary player to give some free farm or free lane time to.
Oh, yeah. Allowing an Enigma to ideally get some sort of farm in a lane is very, because his farming potential is pretty rapid. One of the better farmers in the game, and he can definitely get up there, get those big items to help the team out. and thus lead to a victory. So is this a game where he's going to be prioritizing a Blink Dagger, you think? Or I mean, there's a lot of stun.
Check his quick buy. That'll show how much he's planning on farming. And
Okay,
I love this quick buy. It's perfect so far.
Wow, yeah, he's really got that set up. It looks like it. That's the plan. Middle lane again? No, he's fine. Night Stalker coming through. We still have another 2 minutes before that nighttime.
What have we here?
Well, Amy just going to run at the Earthshaker right here. Dagger, the jump in from PA, and the dagger to finish him off, actually. What can he do?
This is where I'm surprised with how they're using this Earth Spirit. They're not using him to pressure mid at all here. He almost acted like a lane support for the first 2 minutes of this game. Just very odd in the way they're choosing to do this on EG.
Now Crit's here, but yeah, it's one of those cases. It's never too late necessarily, but yeah. Well, why wasn't he here earlier? Now I will say Sumail is winning in last hits despite dying twice already. He's 14-2 against this 11-6 PA. So that kind of goes back to what you're suggesting. And Enchant Totem's a very good last-hitting tool, of course, and he is using that. Legion Commander, is he dead this time? Nope, not going to be dead. The blast only level 1, not nearly enough damage, but Decrepify is going to be nice. And you know, we were talking about the defensive measures from Decrepify, but the offensive measures that can come of it is definitely a lot of potential with this lineup.
Yeah, it really is.
So
I just want to see them get some early levels here on Zai. If they get Zai up to like level 5 at the 8, 9, 10 minute mark, and Arteezy maxes out these wards early, the push pressure is nuts. And I think that's really going to be the key for EG here. Once they get those first few levels up, it's going to be all about taking T1 towers early on and trying to close Vici out of the map for this kind of greedy lineup that they drafted.
Look at FY. He's coming in again. He's level 2. He doesn't have his second point picked up just yet. There we go. Either Shock picked up. He puts out the Fissure to Sumail. He's on the run now, going for the turn call PA and everything, but he's going to hero block him. Shackles come out, and that's another kill in the middle lane. Ori, last hit credit right there. A 4-0 start for Vici. 3 of those kills happening onto the Earthshaker. Bottom lane, Night Stalker's kind of toying with him a little bit. I don't see him dying here necessarily. In fact, he's going after Zai. Here comes the barrel roll. It is nighttime, though. It just hit nighttime. He's level 3, so not enough mana, however, to use that Void again. So just going to be a nuisance.
Yeah, I mean, that's fueling the Int nerf right there.
True.
Probably would have had the mana, but did lose quite a bit into this patch.
Earthshaker has infused raindrops now. I mean, he's trying what he can, but I don't know. It just goes back to EG. They almost feel like they just have to camp here. I mean, Crit's here again now, but now there's 3 heroes here. And Night Stalker is going to be running by Crit, but now Crit's the one that needs to be careful. Here comes FY, though, the Shackles onto Earthshaker. Crit is dropping, but they want to kill this Earthshaker as well, so kind of spreading out the love. Crit's going to get himself killed by the neutrals as a response, so a minor victory for Vici Gaming. They force him dead for 20 seconds.
Minor is definitely the word for it. It was a good job from Sumail to throw that last Fissure out and peel long enough for Zai to deny himself, or Crit to deny himself. But yeah, he's just going to get camped here. There's nothing else that they need to do on the side of Vici right now.
Oh, Shadow Shaman. Okay, he'll be fine, but yeah, maybe this is the answer. Bring Pugna to the middle lane, or maybe not, because PA is going in, but actually PA, that was balls deep right there, and she's regretting that immediately. Gets pushed back by the Boulder Smash, and Ori will end up falling. It's a turn kill. Sumail finally getting something out of this, and they want more damage. Shadow Shaman is stuck on the Fissure right there, and in comes the Echo Slam. What is going on? EG all of a sudden, a double tap for Sumail, and they're trying to get a 3rd kill out of this. The roll-in connects from Crit, gonna hero block him a little bit. Decrepify. That was another blast, excuse me. Hits as well. And Amy, Boulder Smash hits, and the triple kill for Sumail to finish it off.
One way to recover.
There you go. That's all they needed.
Honestly, that was nuts. The whole chain there was just insane. The roll in from Crit, just barely clipping the PA, kicking her back into the fight. Gets the echo for Sumail. That was just nuts.
Yes.
There you go. It's all of a sudden, Sumail's not feeling too bad anymore. He's 3rd in the game. He's pretty much tied with the PA when it comes to the net worth, at least. Only 6 minutes in, but oh, nice job destroying the Invis War, by the way, at the top side there. As LC bottom lane being rolled on at the tower, going for a turn kill on a Crit. Yang is going to end up falling. Couldn't do enough for turn damage. Now Arteezy has to run, though. TP's coming in from Chaos Knight. He does have the level 1 Chaos Bolt, but Amy, nighttime, equals a kill coming out from him.
Yeah, cute attempt there from Arteezy. He did block the path in. Night Stalker didn't have enough mana or didn't have the cooldown up for Hunter in the night. Would have actually gotten out there, but Night Stalker, just kind of a good hero right now.
Even with those nerfs, still a strong one, so no surprise to see Vici Gaming picking it up with that first pick. So, all right, this has been an action-packed game so far, but that's going to calm down a little bit, see how things are going. Enigma, 1,400 gold saved up, so that Blink Dagger is coming up quickly. So much for calming things down. They're running at him, though. But Pugna is here to help save him, if anything. And LC's not level 6 either, so, yeah, things should be fine up here. Oh, middle lane. They're going to get another kill on Sumail, actually. Ori picks up that one right there.
This nighttime's got to just feel like forever for EG. They just want 8 minutes to come so that there can be a little bit of respite here from this Night Stalker, but such good use of him in the first night here, managing to get involved in 5 kills, basically in 2 minutes.
And he's going to smoke up with the Shadow Shaman right here. They're really just keeping at this middle lane. I mean, this is the one that feels like the most vulnerable, of course, but maybe they're going to go bottom for this one. And RTZ going to throw out the pods. They're going to talk about this. Look at the lines being drawn by Vici as a team. 3 different lines and 3 different angles. We'll see which direction they do choose to go, but they definitely want to set up a kill onto Venomancer here. But yeah, so calming things down again. Mentioned the Blink Dagger coming along for Enigma, but you also look at Chaos Knight. He's been having a kind of free time himself, and it's showing in Armlet's well in the works here.
Yeah, I definitely like this pickup first. It's just so much strength when you use that first ultimate, and it's going to make him a killing threat for almost anyone on EG. Crit.
He exposed the smoke, but it's going to come at a cost for him. Reality Rift pulling and the shackles to help lock him down and secure that kill. Double damage room, meanwhile, going to be picked up by PA. The race to it gets there first, and that's going to be scary for Earthshaker now as far as potential for a kill.
First dagger with the DD crits
Was
for
it?
a third of Sumail's health.
Yep. That'll happen.
And PA totally skipping the bottle here in the mid lane, opting instead for the much more aggressive build. Already has Phase Boots and a Blightstone. Gonna just be doing a lot of damage on every dagger. It's just enough that it's just too much damage if you're most mid laners. And in reality, Sumail should have a nice lead right now, but the amount of pressure they put on him has just really knocked him off of his early game.
So PA, what is PA going for here? She's going to be going the Vlads, at least for now. First off, is that a good choice, you think? And then how do you see follow-up?
It looks like a pretty standard PA game. Vlad's Deso BKB.
Okay.
Follow the normal item path. BKB is insanely good this game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, BKB it's absolutely necessary this game for him in the Chaos Knight. And even the LC to an extent, you could argue, so we'll see if that comes about. But Venomancer, bottom lane, he's working on that Veil, which, being a heavy magic damage team especially, is going to be a good pickup for them. But Arteezy needs to be careful of that dagger. No crit coming out, but the Reality Rift pull, and that's a minus armor applied as well. And here comes the crits, the coup de grace. Rocking in right there. Fisher's going to block them, though, so actually Arteezy could get out of this. He's going to go for the TP, and he will be successful. Good job blocking himself as well with the Plague Ward once again. And he escapes. Great teamwork there from Sumail.
Yeah, Sumail has been very good at peeling people here. He's been the best supporter shaker I've seen in a long time. But we just got to see what he does with this. He's got Blink queued up. Normally, I think that's fine. It all kind of depends on Universe, though. This is going to be the X factor in this game. He's got his Blink up. Once he gets to this BKB, that's really their peak in the entire game. That is going to be when they're strongest. Their tower pushing potential is nuts. They're going to have uninterruptible black holes for the most part.
Yeah.
That's got to be when they really get something done. So you don't want that spike to come when all the tier 1s are still standing. You want to be able to get 1 or 2, if not all of them, before you get to that point. And he will get the first one top here with these Eidolons.
Yeah.
If they can time that right, I think they'll be in good shape.
Yeah, that was no defense put up, really. I mean, Amy was kind of running up here, but Universe, he's had a very successful game. He's going to use that Blink right here. The Midnight Pull's not going to really connect, but he says, you know what, this is worth a black hole, and that'll secure the kill absolutely on a Night Stalker at least. Well, a solo black hole, again, you're never really against that in the earlier part of the game. Venomancer, though, he could be in some trouble now at the bottom lane. Duel is ready and online. The Reality Rift pull in. There's the duel, and that's going to be a winner-winner chicken freaking dinner for Yang. And it could be more out of this, actually, as her Spirit is also going to get shackled on up as he rolls in late. He goes down. Life Drain is not going to work. Reality Rift pull in. That Decrepify will keep him alive for a little bit longer, but the Chaos Ball comes out. Overwhelming odds, and down it goes. Pugna, double kill for Yang. That kind of snowballed for Vici's favor.
Yeah, that was some rough save your teammate syndrome there. Arteezy was dead. He got caught. It is what it is. But giving up 2 more on the back trying to save him definitely hurts EG here. You just can't do that.
Yeah, 3 for 1 if you include the Night Stalker kill the top lane, but as you mentioned, not the trades you really need at this point especially. So Universe, he is going to get out at the top lane. Universe is the MVP, absolutely. I mean, he's top in the net worth right now. He's going to finish his Arcane Boots right here even, and then that BKB that's oh so important that you keep going back to is going to be coming online next. So he's going to be the reason they win this game, it feels like, if and when that happens.
And there's not a lot of times I say Enigma needs more than these items, but like him getting to a Shivas this game would be super impactful as well. It'd just be massive in slowing down the damage output out of Vici. There's just so much fizz over there. And the kite ability that it gives you, it's just insane. So I think that's definitely going to be his pickup after the BKB and can keep him scaling for a little while. But the rest of VG is just looking so meager. You don't have a Veil done on Arteezy yet by 12 minutes. Sumail's getting close to Blink, and that'll help. But this is not quite the position you wanted to be in when you're running these as cores.
Yeah, the supports are struggling. To be fair, the supports on Vici's side are also not doing much better. Night Stalker's barely ahead of the Pugna, so this is a game where the cores on either side are kind of just taking all the farm really for the most part. The support's going to be pretty lackluster when it comes to their farm, it just seems like. I mean, kills are going to be the driving factor of that, if anything, and they're trying to maybe set something up at the bottom lane for it. In fact, EG is almost doing a fake fallback of sorts and trying to hide Sumail. No Blink just yet, though. So doesn't have that initiation chance, and without Enigma, they really don't have it in general.
Yeah, in reality, though, this is smart from EG because Vici Gaming's very good at picking you off. Between the Night Stalker, the Shadow Shaman, the Duel, there's a lot of ways to find one person and just murder them, but they're not very good at 5v5s. Their AoE is subpar, they don't really have any AoE stuns. So I'm liking this approach from EG here where they're staying mostly grouped up.
Yeah. Oh, Phantasm popped right there. Pulls in Arteezy, and he just melts away. He did get the Poison Nova off, so a little bit of a shining hope for EG right here, but that's not going to matter for the Pugna. He goes down quickly. And now Earthshaker, oh, the duel goes off. Crit can't really do much to save him. He just needs to run. Yeah, do not have your savior teammate Sinjin. There's no chance. He goes down, and Crit does get out in time, but oh my god, that Phantasm, and then just the Reality Rift has been huge this game.
Yeah, I mean, the strat's good, but if your Veno dies before you can even get a stun off to kill for him, it doesn't really matter. Arteezy just exploded there. He does have the Helm of Iron Will now, which is going to mitigate quite a bit of that damage, but yeah, he just melted.
Well, quite a bit of that damage, but at the same time, Reality Rift is what? Yeah, it's -7 armor reduction. So you look at Venomancer right now, he is at 21, so it'll still be a fair amount, say 14 or so, but it's still, we just saw how fast he drops. So even with the plus armor that he has, it's still, you got to be ready with that to crepify, if anything, or yeah, to put the stun out and save your teammate pretty much ASAP on point. That's going to be a missed boulder smash, by the way. Oh no, Dagger's coming. Okay, he's fine. If that crits, maybe they go in, but.
Yeah, EG needs to wait, though. They're only 400 gold from Sumail's Blink. That's an absolutely vital tool in making sure that they have the follow-up.
Sumail, 1,900 gold saved up, so heavy priority and getting that farm with it, but Amy is going to try to make things difficult. Very aggressive ward coming out, and I don't think EG would have any clue about it, so that's going to be some good vision for Vici Gaming to take advantage of. We'll see if they can result in any kills from it. As top lane, Zai, he's trying to get some kind of farm himself, but again, only has the Arcane Boots currently, and not much else to work with here.
I feel like EG should probably group up middle here. Sumail's one creep from his Blink. You have Black Hole up. You pretty much have to get this hole off. And at the same time, Vici dumped wards on bot T2 already. That's going to go down. You're not in position to defend it.
Yeah, Rasta wards set up for the easy kill. We did see Rasta use his wards in the middle lane earlier, and it's actually a little bit unfortunate time because Universe was there to kind of take them out quickly. But this time, doing a lot of work as middle lane, It's like Elf knows, but at least Crit gets out in time. Will it be enough in the long run? They are chasing, man. Night Stalker flying off the ledge because Night Stalker thinks. Legion Commander goes in for the duel. Sumail's a target Reality Rift. They get the winner in the end, and they get the kill, of course. Night Stalker pops the darkness as well to keep things going. The Black Hole, though, from Universe. Gonna pull the 3 heroes. Legion Commander gonna fall. No, he barely stays alive. Eventually stopped. He does go down at the end, but so does Enigma. But you see Chaos Knight. He is dropping. He cannot toggle that armlet in time. A triple kill coming up for Zai of all heroes. But now Ori, all of a sudden, he's a one-man team to crepify, and he gets blown up. An ultra kill. All right, Pugna's apparently the most strongest hero in the game.
I mean, 2,000 gold now. That's nuts. Honestly, they just committed so much on the side of VG, and that's what I was saying. They're very good at killing one person, but when they committed all their one-person buttons onto Sumail, then Arteezy's Nova just destroyed them. That Black Hole follow-up from Universe was fantastic. To be fair, if Arteezy actually pressed his Veil when he Nova'd there, I don't think Universe dies. But he waited way too long on that. I wonder if he didn't know it flew out to him already or what. But great fight from EG, managing to go 5 for 2 on the back of the black hole.
Again, the synergy of this lineup with that Decrepify, I gotta figure that actually did a bit of work. I know he used it on PA in the end there, and PA just blew up. He was about half-life or so, and he just went from half-life to nothing shortly after that, just with the Nether Blast alone. But you throw in again all the magic from both the Earthshaker and Venomancer doing plenty. Shadow Shaman, he's dead. That's a life drain to assist, but Sumail, credit for the kill, and of course that Blink playing a big role too. He also has the Echo Slam ready. See if an opportunity comes up, but yeah, maybe that's the ultimate idea of the Pugna, especially in this draft here for EG. Enhance all that damage.
With that happening in that last team fight, you have to wonder, PA has one of the 2 Mithril Hammers for the Deso. She may consider just pivoting to BKB. It's not any gold wasted, then the hammer just goes straight into the BKB. Because that was nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to show them what's going to happen once Universe gets his BKB every single fight. Well, once you absolutely can't interrupt it, what do? Whoever catches it, it's basically just dead.
Universe steals the last creep here from Amy, and now he's trying to set up a kill. Yang does go down elsewhere to Sumail. Looks like that wasn't Echo Slam used, by the way. But we're watching this kill attempt happen, but it doesn't seem like, okay, he does have a blink, but he's not going to go that deep. In fact, Chaos Knight's like, all right, if you want to come in, Arteezy, let's join the fight. Universe is smart about it. Crit trying to save the day, but I don't know if that's going to work in the end. Doesn't seem like it, and now Crit, he could be in trouble himself. That whole save your teammate syndrome. He's like, all right, you got me, guys. Let me just delay you as much as possible. That's a double kill for Elf.
My career Eidolons.
Was he messing
They sat there without attacking the whole time. that would have been a dead Night Stalker for sure.
Oh, he was low, you're right. Could have been something, but...
Wow. I mean, that's 2 very unexpected, like, basic mechanical misplays out of EG. I'm a little concerned.
That was miscommunication big time. I mean, Universe was already falling back as Arteezy was running in, and clearly that was not the game plan. I mean, the black hole wasn't even up, I don't believe. In fact, it's still not up. Yeah, it's still 25 more seconds, so that's that was a little lackluster there from EG. By the way, Ori getting a pick on his eye, and that's pretty important with that bounty. He got 487 bonus gold from that, so that's a big kill at the bottom lane that just happened in favor of PA as well. He does stick to the, or does he? Let's see, what's coming out? Yeah, it is. Oh, no, it is going to be the big. No, he does go Desolator.
Yeah,
okay.
he went Deso. Which means they don't think they're going to be threatened, at the very least, on high ground until he gets to the BKB.
Yeah.
So, should be going into mostly Rice mode here, not looking to do anything too aggressive until that comes out. If they find a one-man hero and they've got vision on other ones, maybe they grab 1 or 2 little picks, but I don't think VG wants to play a fast game right now at all.
So just like BKB is going to be so huge for Enigma here, it's just as big, if not bigger, for VG Gaming on the other side. So it's just such a clutch timing. In the next 10 minutes here, those should obviously be had here on either side, and then it's just a matter of, which way it leans. Obviously, a big wombo combo from EG could do it for them, but then there's the pick-off game of VG and just how quickly they can burst people down with their physical presence, and especially if the BKBs are up. The only thing that's going to lock them down is then a black hole. So I guess that's still the ultimate answer, is that EG has that advantage of, even with BKBs, they have the black hole. We'll see what they can make happen with that. But then there's the argument, as I'm kind of having a debate with myself, what damage do they do if the BKB's activated and they're black hole? So,
well,
I don't know.
EG is taking Rush here. That's pretty cool. But to answer your question, there is one more counter to Black Hole, and that's any instant stun you have. Blink Echo from Sumail will set up a Black Hole without the BKBs going off. So they always have that option if Sumail can get somewhere without vision and get a Blink Echo off. Other than that, yeah, you pretty much have Enchant Totem. That's going to be your primary damage source.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Poison Nova does still tick through BKB, so that'll do some damage.
They catch over here. That's Earthshaker. He's dead. He had a double damage rune saved up, or bottled up even, but couldn't get it off. Didn't have the chance to use it, really. In fact, Arteezy also caught again. This freaking Chaos Knight feels like he's hunting Arteezy in these fights, and that's going to be an Aegis kill already. They want to try to save him, but again, is that really the best idea? He's just going to die way too quickly. He does get killed, and it seems like they were actually being cut off, so maybe a blessing in disguise of sorts, but that's 2, 3 dead even. And Vici Gaming, so much for that Roshan kill.
Yeah, I mean, the Aegis is gone, 3 died. I mean, they got it out of Vici's hands, which is nice, but they just hemorrhaged a lot there. That was really unfortunate. any fight where Vici gets that choice where they can break it up into a whole bunch of 1v1s or little skirmishes, they're going to win.
Yeah.
They absolutely have better 1v1 heroes.
Oh, yeah. Chaos Knight's up there on the list, and Phantom Assassin, too. Oh, Echo Slam middle in. I mean, that's just really on a Night Stalker here, and it doesn't even set up the kill. In comes the LC for the duel. Night Stalker may fall in the end of the crit, but that duel is doing nothing thanks to Decrepify. Life Drain being used. Blade Mail's up. Yang just running away now. Shadow Shaman also caught. Universe has a black hole. He wants to hold on to it, though. They kill a couple. LC and Rasta going down, but the others are able to spread out and get away. In fact, Night Stalker ultimately survived despite being Echo Slammed in the opening there.
Yeah.
That's all said and done.
Still a nice set of pickups for EG. Didn't have to commit the black hole is by far the biggest thing there. And I believe that is Universe's fresh BKB up as well. Yep.
Okay, so now we have it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now he hit the one black hole earlier. Can he do another?
Exactly. This is EG's time. If they can connect with a few decent 2-3-man holes that turn into something, they're in okay shape. The one thing they have to be scared of is if they get pushed in on and they get a couple people off the black hole and then don't get a tower, all it's really doing is prolonging the game, which is part of Vici's game plan.
Yeah. Night Stalker sitting on the uphill. The Arcane Rune going to be bottled up here by Earthshaker, and Night Stalker just having fun with them there, but ultimately not making anything of it. I like this pickup, by the way, on Pugna. Rod of Atos coming up. That seems like a, just overall like great item on this hero. The build-up of it pretty friendly, and then having a little bit more crowd control, that whole root effect. It's going to be nice here.
It is super nice. It'll be really, really good against PA before this BKB comes out. You can just root her and stop the blink strikes. All in all, very solid against most of that lineup on BG. I'm just trying to think of what else he maybe could have gone. I think Aether Lens would have probably been good.
Yeah.
Or Blink, just something that makes sure he gets a better decrep off. But I can understand this as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Netherward's something I haven't really been paying attention for. I don't know if it's been very impactful in these fights as well, but you do look at the other side and the cores on the other side. It feels like that they're not necessarily that concerned about Netherward this game.
Yeah, the only impact we're going to see from Netherward is if Rasta blows his full combo under Netherward.
Yeah.
He could potentially do 3/4 of his own health.
He is a little concerned, yes.
Other than that, yeah, they really could care less. It stops Blink on LC if she has to press the attack on somebody.
You see right there, Night Stalker taking a little bit of damage from it, but keeping their distance. Top lane's being pushed meanwhile. But is that, who was that up there? That's Rasta with wards. Yeah, he's just saying, all right, if you want to fight, but I'm going to take your top tier 2 tower. And they do want to fight, apparently. LC Duel gets a call to Pugna right off the bat. Night Stalker's going to survive in the back lines. Echo Slam is ready to go. Poison Nova goes out. The Black Hole's going to go off as well. And Legion Commander is dropping low. F1 to the side. There goes the Echo Slam. And Chaos Knight getting low. Phantom Assassin is picked off. Chaos Knight, the finish stun, not going to be enough. Yes, it is. They finally get the kill despite the BKB, and Shadow Shaman will fall. And there is the Wombo Combo coming together. Universe landed the Black Hole as they needed.
Universe is a god. That was so nuts. He barely clipped the third one, but he caught all 3 cores on the side of Vici. You can't let that happen. This could potentially be a tier 3 already.
Looks like it very possibly could be. I mean, Phantom Assassin has a flyback, but they don't really do that. And you're right. Yeah, this push is very strong. Eidolons as well as the Plague Wards. That's a lot of damage. The Enchant Totem attacks from Earthshaker. They're going to drop quickly here, and it is going to be at least, well, just the one Rax, really. Might not even get ranged, but they got what they came for sure, and probably take their biggest lead of the game, I would think. Yeah, just over, which is only just over 3,000 now, but still, it is a lead.
Yeah, it's more what this does for them now, because they're going to be getting extra golden experience from these super creeps giving a little lower bounty. They're going to have the mid lane pushed up at all times. It's going to open up these shrines to take. I mean, that's just a huge boon for them. If you have the early game team and you get a Rax this early, it gives you a little bit more time, a little bit more longevity in the game.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's an opening for EG now to look good and have their good chances even of coming through in this game. But this has all been without a BKB on Phantom Assassin still, and he almost has it finished. He just needs the recipe, but VG wants to make a kill happen. They know cooldowns aren't ready. The Black Hole's the big one. Poison Nova also not ready. Now, Echo Slam is. Earth Spirit keeping his distance, though, and you see Samael. He's lining up with that Shadow Blade. Looking for a chance. They don't have a gem, but they do have an Observer Ward. Not going to see him, though. Yeah, they do not have a gem, though. Just double-checking that. Oh, it feels like something. They're going aggressive, man. VG just wants to fight, and Yang's like, let's go, but he doesn't even get a duel off. There's a Hex, and Well, Shadow Shot was down in a pretty bad spot. Why is VG going so deep?
Because there's no black hole.
Yeah.
They feel pressured. They know it's up very soon. 20 seconds is all that's left on the cooldown. So they're really just trying to get in and get an objective here before the black hole comes back up.
I mean, that was desperate, though. I mean, they're not even going to get the tier 2. And you got to give credit to EG at the same time. They didn't overstep their boundaries. They did not, really force a commitment there either. They kind of just like, all right, if you're going to run at us, we'll gladly allow you to run into our tier 3, basically.
Yeah, the peel back there was awesome from EG. No one getting caught by the duel was massive.
Legion Commander, is that an axe queued up? It sure is.
Sustains. Gold
Huh.
remains.
I like it.
What's the purpose there? Who do you think is the target?
It's more just that right now with the way these fights are going, your LC isn't your initiation potential. It's Night Stalker or CK or anybody else. So you don't really need LC duel to be your initiation on somebody. So the LC can just find whatever duel target she can get and just basically strip them out of the fight entirely.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to look for whoever hasn't used their spells. Sumail would be great. Arteezy would be great. Universe would be the best, obviously.
Top lane, EG, all cooldowns are already now. Black Hole, big one there, of course. Octarine Core almost finished on Enigma, actually, as well. So that cooldown going to be pretty nice. He did go the 50% cooldown reduction talent at level 15, too. That over the 120 gold per minute. So that CDR is going to be pretty nice here for Mr. Enigma. And actually, Pugnus almost working on it, or he is working on his Ags, and has made pretty good progress as well. So that's going to be nice having that toggable life train here.
And he already has an Aether Lens. This Pugna got rich.
Oh, BKB. He wants to go in on his Zai, and Zai's going to be stunned up, actually. Decrepify was put up, though, and that's delaying plenty of damage as a result. He is going to survive. Yang trying to force now. Gets the tool off on Veno. Now with the biggest follow-up, though. Universe, okay, he pops the BKB. He thought there was a lot more coming in, but they did not. So good patience there. Now they do get the turn kill on LC. He buys back, though, but Universe, that BKB wears off, and if you're EG, you got to be very careful about this now, what you do. FY, Shackle on to her Shaker, but kind of running it off. Chaos Knight pops a Phantasm, has the 4 illusions with himself back here. Nice Stalker's running them down. Life Drain and eventually auto attack to help finish him off. It looks like, yeah, he goes down. PA, though, his newly found BKB. Nice job with the Decrepify, though, on to Venomancer. Arteezy going to be fine, putting in attacks, but now Pugna will fall. As a sacrificial lamb right there. Universe, is this a black hole? Yes, it is. He's going to pull him right back in. Says, get over here. And PA will end up falling. We're not even done just yet. Meanwhile, Yang is now trying to run away. Chaos Knight picked off to the side, and now Yang, he's in trouble too. And down goes LC. The fight of EG, that's GG. They just called GG right there. Evil Geniuses will take the game over VG. Wow, that was honestly a very coordinated fight at the end.
Yeah, they stayed grouped. Like, EG was never more than a blink away from each other at any given point in that fight, and it just negated VG's strategy entirely. Their team fight is so bad. Honestly, that was just really well done from EG. Way to use the black hole in clutch situations when you needed it, and the threat of it was just so impactful for the way VG just fought that last fight.
So breaking down Pugna a little bit more, they've ran a mid Pugna now, they ran a support Pugna. Obviously this one won where the previous one didn't. But, just kind of just looking at the overall impact, could you see Pugna, like, being a thing in a, at TI even?
If we see a lot of these 3 physical damage core lineups, I could see it absolutely being a support. I don't think we'll see mid Pugna very often. The only times I've seen that really work are against Queen of Pain style, like the caster mids where you might win your lane, but then it flattens out a little bit. So I think it'll be okay as a support pick, but it's going to be situational for sure.
Yeah. Well, that was a hell of a game all around. I mean, plenty of action, and glad we got to kick things off with that one. That's, like I said, guys, we're just getting started for the day. But EG will be now 2-2 record. 3-1 record even, where VG will be 1-3. That's right. So 3-1 for EG, VG Gaming, 1-3 on the other side. Ultimately, everyone does advance on to the next stage here in the playoffs. But, of course, the bottom 4 go to the losers. The top 4 will move on to the winners bracket. Well, we are going to take a short break. Going to have our next match coming up right here, which, let me double check here, I believe is set to be, I'm not actually sure. I want to say it might be Clutch versus LFY, if I'm not mistaken. But, no, it's actually going to be VG versus LGD. We're casting that one. Okay. So VG versus LGD will be our match here on the stream. Looking forward to that one, ladies and gentlemen. So LGD currently undefeated, I believe, at 3-0. 4-0 even in this event here. So Should be a good one. I'm Breaking CBK, joined by Xerox. Sit tight, guys. We'll be coming right back and get in the lobby here, get things set up, and should be good to go with our next match. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back.